And where they go. Kudalut right down the inside. Kufalut was one of the first to get going, but his market rival Green Light to Heaven is right up sides of Kufalut. Those two clear of Vars Illusion. Sir Pom showing some pace, but a couple of lengths off the early leaders with Bold Surrey. Hard Wide is quite some way back in the early stages, got 6 lengths to make up as they come down towards the 600, and Green Light to Heaven has taken over the lead by half a length. Kufalut has been driven to the inside. Anton Marcus switches Vars Illusion to the outside of those two. These three are well clear. 300 metres left to race. Green Light to Heaven has the edge. Kufalut down the inside. Vars Illusion in third. The rest are quite far back, but Walls of Dubrovnik is starting to run on quite nicely. Green Light to Heaven, though, is stamping his authority. And Green Light to Heaven wins with his rider looking over the shoulder. The second place will go to Walls of Dubrovnik or Sir Pom. Very close between those two. Vars Illusion back in fourth, and Kufalut faded away tamely. Green Light to Heaven, Warren Kennedy. Races clear after being up with the pace from the start. Shook off his rivals going into the final 200, and it was a race over in a matter of strides. Warren Kennedy had the luxury of looking over his shoulder and just driving him out with the hands. It's going to be close for second on that. Sir Pom might just get second, ahead of a very good run from Walls of Dubrovnik in third. Vars Illusion, no extra in the later stages, finishes fourth. And Kufalut, rather disappointing, back in fifth position. Here's the head-on. Green Light to Heaven gets shaken up as they come inside the final 200. A couple of reminders, but very quickly, he absolutely draws clear to win it comfortably. So that's the result of the first race here at Hollywood Bet Scottsville. Victory for Warren Kennedy, the Fun Sales, and Green Light to Heaven, as we greet you for the time being and head you back to the Teletrack studio in Rivonia.
His name is Green Light to Heaven, and the sky is the limit for this individual. I heard Warren Kennedy coming back, and he said he looks very, very talented. Now, when I try to compare the favourite and him, the times obviously look to be wrong.
Yeah, Sheldon, you know, it's also something that I looked at, you know, and you know, the favourite trialled on the same day, you know, one trial apart, and did 46. I think it was 46.20 or 46.40 or something, and we did 47.57 or something. So there was a second and a half. You know, which represents probably about, in real terms, probably about 3 lengths, you know, over that distance, you know, maybe 2 lengths. So it always made it interesting, you know, and, you know, obviously that the stable backed the favourite, you know, they fancied the horse. And I respect this field. I think there were some decent horses here. You know, the second and third horse on slouches. This was, I think he's going to go the trip. You know, he's not just going to be a sprinter. He's got a beautiful pedigree to stay the trip, but it was impressive the way he won, you know, and you know, one never knows actually the strength of your opposition in these juvenile races. You know, we get an indication, you know, not like we were in the dark. Mao's barrier trialled very well, you know, 40, I think 47.5 seconds on the bridle is a decent trial. But just the fact that some of the others who did a better time puts you a little bit in question, and also the fact that my horse looks like he wants ground. You know, he's not a sprinter at all. You know, he's a horse that'll go the trip. He's bred to go the trip. So I think there's a bit of quality about him. And our owner, Dashen Naike, who won with Living Waters the other day, and now he's won with Give Me the Green Light to Heaven. He's a converted Christian, and he's named his horses in the Christian line, which is wonderful. I think that's very admirable of Dashen. He's converted to Christianity, and he's named his horses in some Christian, you know, like Green Light to Heaven, Living Waters, wonderful names. And a better man you won't get in terms of a new owner in the game. And we wish him all the success in the future, and thank him for his support. He's got a lot of horses on our stable, and he's going to have a lot more success. He's got some smart horses, and this horse, I think, is going to go a long way.
Just before you leave us, a horse like Oratorina at a big price, can she sneak in?
Yeah, she's dropped in the ratings, and third run after the rest, and working well. So I think she could sneak in there some way.
There we go, from Bloodstock, South Africa, for the winning trainer, a little bit extra.
Thank you. Nice initiative.
Well done.
Thank you.
Warren Kennedy, hot, hot, hot like the weather. Congratulations.
Thanks very much, Sheldon.
The favourites seemed to try and match you, but you broke their spirit coming to the 200.
Yeah, look, always my plan. You know, I watched the barrier trials, both of them very, very closely, and this horse, the favourite had a good speed, but nothing was challenging him really. So I wanted to see what he'd do under pressure. I know Moss has got speed, and I put him under pressure pretty much from the start. You know, I got about half a length ahead of him, and I had to make him work to get to me. Moss actually got there, and he was going so comfortably, Sheldon. I was actually surprised. I thought, geez, I'm going so well. Yeah, it's going to take a very good one to come past him. And with all due respect, when I pressed the button, he turned it on tremendously. And I think Dashin, I know it's early, but I think he's got something good here. So it takes a horse that's going to stay a good horse to win sprints like this. You know, they've got to have some sort of toe about them, and he's got it. He switched off so beautifully in front, effortless, Sheldon. And when I asked him to run quick and well, he was here. He came back here, could hardly blow out a candle. So that's a great sign going forward. Well done to Gavin, and a special well done to Deshaun. You know, he's invested in the stable. He's a lovely man, and he deserves all the success.
You're riding just about every day, doing all the travelling. Who's your next best? Obviously, you would have had a glance and had a look through, but obviously with all the travelling and the riding, it's difficult to try and pinpoint and assess all the form lines.
Yeah, look, I look at the race card the night before races because the next day I'm at a different course. So, Sheldon, I had a quick breeze through last night and a bit this morning, and I thought maybe Mai Tai. Look, I've got respect for Mr. Puller's horse that it won its maiden last time, it won effortlessly. You know, it looks like a decent filly, so I've got big respect for that horse, but I'd probably lean towards Mai Tai, Paths of Victory, and like you pointed out this morning on your show, I watched Oratorina third run back off the rest. I've jumped on, it should be a peak run, so let's hope she can bring it home for the boys.
I like that smile, well done.
Thanks very much, Sheldon, and well done to winning form again.
Let's get the winning owner coming through, and he'll get a nice added bonus from Bloodstock South Africa. Congratulations. This looks decent.
Yes, it does. We're quite impressed with it, and we're happy with it. You know, thanks to Gavin for all the work he does back home with us, and also top ride from Warren and all the boys back at home at the Gavin stables. So yeah, I think we're going to have a bit of fun this year.
Well, there's more fun. 60,000 Rand added on there. So well done, Bloodstock South Africa. Extra 60,000 Rand there. Daniel Rennie from Hollywood Bets is going to step in. Blue 3. Mzelewa Jawala. There we go. The winning groom, his 1,000 Rand token, courtesy of Hollywood Bets and Gold Circle.